Dude, what's up, everybody? Dan Greer, Eclipse DOT, coming at you today from my office. I know it's crazy. It's crazy late at night. It's like 7:50. Just got done with meeting some of my team. I know, it never ends. My hair is like falling out. I should probably put a hat on. Anyways, sitting here, and one of the things I've been working on is actually pretty cool. So last night, long story, I was coming home from Dallas, so I was out doing like a customer thing. I was out doing an on-site visit with a customer, and rained like cats and dogs all day yesterday in Dallas. I mean, like rain, like we don't get that kind of rain here. It was crazy coming down. So like a lot of planes were grounded. There was some lightning, stuff like that. And as I was going through the airport, like I got to the airport a little bit early, went up to the counter, I talked to the lady at there. It was a dude. I was like, hey, do you got any other flights that are going to Durango that could get me out of here earlier? And the dude's like, oh yeah, I got one for you. And he hooked me on a flight that was like 2 or 3 hours earlier than my original one was. It was supposed to be like 7 p.m. and I was supposed to go in like 8:30. And I was like, cool, awesome. And so he booked me on a flight that was supposed to leave at like 5. And then it got delayed because of the rain. And then it got delayed. And then it got delayed. And then it got delayed. And it was kind of funny. I was sitting in the lounge and one of my I got an alert on my phone that's like, you're boarding. Your flight's boarding. So I went to the gate where it said it was at. And I asked the guy, I was like, I'm don't know if I'm on this flight, but I'm going to this town. Is there any open seats on here? And he's like, no. You're on the other flight. Leaves in a half hour. And I was like, I understand that, but I'm trying to go to this place, right? Like, do you have any open seats here? And he was just rushed. It was in the middle of boarding. Like, I'm not holding against the guy at all. Like, everything had been delayed. Everybody had been on him. His probably nerves were at the last end, but he didn't pause to actually listen to what I was asking, because I was asking, hey, dude, is there any seats on this flight? I don't care where they're at. They could be back by the toilet. Like, I don't care. Is there any seats on here that I can get on? And he didn't hear that. He just heard, oh, you're trying to go to here? Okay. Well, you're not on the right flight. I'm not going to try to switch you. Ends up there's a bunch of open seats on that flight going to the same place. And I could have that was my original flight, which is... I should have just stayed on the original. But it was delayed to like 11 p.m. and then it ended up taking off at like 8 p.m. Anyways, and then the other flight I was on, after I didn't get on that one, it had multiple seats. It actually got delayed 2 or 3 more times. They were waiting on flight attendants and stuff like that to show up. Our pilot showed up. Our first captain showed up. And then they were like, oh, we're waiting on flight attendants. And so I was like, cool, I'm going to go back into the lounge and get a drink. And so I did. And I came back like 15 minutes later and they were like boarding group 3 already. I'm like, whoa, that was fast. And so I jumped on that plane and made it home. Landed last night at like 11:45. My amazing wife came and picked me up at the airport. I know you guys are crazy, but I love spending time with my spouse, my wife, and she loves spending time with me. So that's one of the ways that we get to like just spend a little time together in the car, even when it's 11:45 at night. But we got home. It was, I don't know, 12:15 or something like that. It's like a 30-45 minute drive from the airport, and it was a lot of fun. But one of the things that I've been doing whenever I fly is I plug in, I throw my headphones in, and I get my tablet out and I just pound away on the keyboard, type in a book. I've been actually working on creating a leadership book, and it's really stinking cool. Let me see if I can show you some of the stuff that I've got going on here. I've like got it all lined out here. So it's like a book, but like here, boom, check out Shazam. So like I actually just wrote this chapter. It's done. But like this is just some of the chapters of the book, and like everything that has a first draft is written. Like, look at all those first drafts. Oh my gosh, there's even some second drafts. Like, to be able to get there and do that and like to write that, I can't believe like each one of these chapters is like 25 or 30 pages, and I've been doing this for like 2 or 3 months now, writing it kind of in my spare time. And I got the idea the other day to hammer it out on a flight, because I was like, oh man, I have no internet. I can't really make PowerPoint presentations because everything is online. It's all on, a drive, a cloud-based system. And I was like, oh, I could type out, part of this book. And so I just started hammering it out. And it takes a long time to edit whenever I type, because I don't type very good. Like, I type great, I type fast, but like, my grammar's not right, my spelling sucks, stuff like that. And so it's been a lot of fun to create this. But one of the things that I'm going to tell you is that you have 2 options. You can be productive, you can be proactive, or you can procrastinate. That's your 2 options. And if you procrastinate, you're never going to get anything done. You're always going to be waiting. You're always going to be waiting for the next thing to come up. You're always going to be waiting for the perfect time. You're always going to be waiting for everything to happen and for it to be just like perfect as you go. And that's not going to happen, right? Nothing, the stars hardly ever align for a perfect shot. You've got to swing the bat if you want to hit the ball. You've got to do stuff if you want to be successful. You've got to move forward if you want to make it happen. I've had this leadership book on my mind for like 3 years. And I'm so excited to be this far into it. And like now I've got to put all these chapters together and get them in the right order and see how they flow. And now the fun part comes. I'll probably be actually hiring an editor to help me go through this because my editing skills are not the best. If I didn't have like little highlighted red words, I wouldn't know it was misspelled. So anyways, my thing here and what I want to embrace right now is get out there and get it done. Don't hesitate to take a chance. And when you get the chance to procrastinate or to be proactive, be proactive. Always take the shot. All right. Chat with you guys later.